question that I get a lot has to do with people that are working multiple jobs that end up owing when multiple jobs are worked. And this video is going to offer an explanation as to why that's a pretty common thing. And all it is at the end of the day is really just math. It's not emotional. But of course, it can be very, very painful to owe when we're not expecting to, when we haven't owed before. So basically, I'm going to set up a scenario. It's a very cookie cutter scenario. This is probably not going to apply to you, they're direct raw numbers. But you have 3 jobs. You're single, no kids, very easy scenario, no other income streams. We're not worried about penalties, self-employment tax, Social Security, all that good stuff. But you make three amounts from each job, $25,000 each. And we're going to calculate the tax for each and then have you pay in so you can see kind of the effect that each of these $25,000 segments has. Right now, it's blank. Blank's good, you don't owe anything. So you make your first $25,000. Awesome. That's the standard deduction, effectively a 0% tax rate. Oh, about $1,000. Cool. We can go down here because this is the line that matters. This is the amount you owe. I just type that amount in, so now we should be breaking even. That's the first $25,000, $1,000 roughly. Fair enough? Fair enough. Cool. Now, you're a slayer. So you have another job. Same year, making another $25,000. So your income now goes up to $50,000. Yeah. And that's the $1,000 that you paid in for the first job. But now you owe almost $3,000. Now, why do you almost owe $3,000? You've already used up your 0% tax rate. And we have a progressive tax system. So each area, the more money that you make marginally, it doesn't affect your past tax dollars. Going into a higher tax bracket does not affect past earned dollars. It only affects the current dollars. Those $25,000 were new dollars, thus they were taxed at a higher rate. And it's the 12% tax bracket that you're currently in now in this fictitious made-up scenario. But to further kind of demonstrate what's going on here, we are going to have that paid in. That's 6 to have you break even. Nothing is owed. There's no refund. You know what? Just for kicks, I'm going to give you $1 back as one of my game, and I made it up. So yeah, you get a refund of $1. Yeah. So now let's go to job 3. Another $25,000. You have $1 refund. No, I'm not taking it out. So now you have $75,000 because you're just crushing it. You've paid in for those first 2 jobs. But now you owe $4,300. So we went from 1,000 to about 3,000 to a little over 4,000. This has to do with the marginal tax system. The next dollars that you earned are taxed at higher rates. So now in this area, each dollar that you earn in this situation is taxed at 22% for future dollars. The first $25,000 is not taxed higher. It has everything to do with that third bit of 25,000s that you got. Now, something else that I want to do, just for fun, because this is all fun, it's a playground. Some of us. And this is also not looking at the independent contractor versus employer argument. There's a lot of rules that are at play. I'm basically just clearing this out. You now have no tax. But for comparison's sake, I'm going to bring the $25,000 back because that's the number that we are going to use. Now work for an employer that's not paying you. Well, right now they are. Right now you're getting a W-2. There's a lot of numbers on here that you just don't necessarily see when you're earning $25,000 from an employer. You have 1,500 roughly. Actually, it's almost $2,000 that's being withheld from your paycheck for Social Security and Medicare. Your employer is also matching that you don't see behind the scenes, that all go to the U.S. Treasury. So when we take this $25,000 out to clear it out, and you're now a gig worker earning this amount of money, no deductions, a gig worker, whatever you want to call yourself, freelancer, on that $1,000, because it's $25,000 of income, you owe north of $4,000. Same 25,000, just taxed in different ways. You are now responsible for both halves of that self-employment tax, which is roughly 15%, and you can actually see that here appearing on this line. Issue care. That kind of goes over the math as to how it's calculated. But cool. Well, I hope that helps. This is a question that I do get all the time, and I hope this offers some clarity. And at some point in time, I will create a video on the form W-4, which is what you use to adjust your withholding so you can try to get it a little bit more even. But that will come. Toodles.